Welcome back to Spoiler Street. In this video I will be doing an episode recap for Coronation Street the 7th of December 2022. Let's first take a look at Stephen's storyline. Gail answered Stephen's mobile phone a few episodes ago and had a strange conversation with somebody demanding that Stephen owes him money for a wrecked moped. This puzzled Gail, and she has been looking for answers ever since to explain the strange call. She even searched the phone number online and she finds out that it belongs to a takeaway in Bolton. The only reasonable explanation she can think of is that Stephen must be working as a delivery boy and had an accident that ended up with the moped being wrecked. But later on in the episode, she confronts him about the phone call and about his secret job. But of course, Stephen starts to laugh off her claims of him being a delivery boy. Stephen is then put on the spot to find an excuse for the phone call and claims that he is doing some research into a potential investment in a fast food chain and that a moped crashed into him while he was at a takeaway in Bolton. As well as Stephen, Audrey also laughs off the claims of him being a delivery boy, saying that Gail is acting ridiculous, but Gail doesn't seem so convinced by Stephen's lies. Later on in the episode, Sarah has an unsuccessful meeting with a potential investor in a new fashion startup. And Gail sees this as a good chance to ask Stephen to invest in the company instead, hoping that this will bait Stephen into admitting he is broke and come clean about his secret job and money troubles. But the opposite happens, and now Stephen has a whole new money problem, as he has promised his niece Sarah 12 grand as an investment in a new company when he is actually flat broke. Stephen's only chance to try and get the money he needs for all of his debts is to lie to Elaine. He makes up a story to her about how his ex-wife is refusing to let him release the cash to give to Sarah, hoping that Elaine will step in and help him out with the money instead, as he knows Elaine is selling her house and will soon have a lot of cash available. Tyrone and Fizz take their daughter Hope to start her first day at a new school, but there is a bit of a mix-up with the parent status as a couple, as the head teacher thinks they are separated, but of course they have to correct him and tell him about their complicated relationship status. This conversation must have been a wake-up call for Tyrone, as later on we will see him propose to Fizz, as it seems he wants to make their relationship a stable marriage that they don't have to explain to anyone again. Tyrone and Fizz later sit down with their children Ruby and Hope and tell them the good news about the engagement, and they both seem thrilled. This will be a storyline leading up to Christmas, as I have discussed in a previous spoiler video how Tyrone is planning a secret wedding ceremony for him and Fizz to finally tie the knot together. But, to ruin the mood for Fizz and Tyrone, the author of the John Stape book comes around to their house with a bag full of research on John Stape, as he is feeling guilty about publishing the book. Tyrone and Fizz seem a bit puzzled about what to do with the documents, but they know for sure that they have to keep it away from their daughter Hope. Steve and Tim's argument over who owns the rights to the jacket continues. Steve even offers to share his winnings from the scratch card he found inside of the jacket pocket with Tim, which initially sounds like a nice gesture until Tim discovers that out of the 250 quid, Steve is only offering him a tenner. This sends Tim into a rage, and now he wants to take legal action against Steve. We will later see them both in Adam the solicitor's office, to hopefully try and get this thing settled once and for all. Adam agrees to mediate a meeting between the two in the Rovers later on, as an unofficial ruling on who actually would get the rights to the jacket if this were a court of law. But it didn't seem to come to much, and Adam pretty much said that because Steve purchased the jacket fair and square, he would be entitled to the scratch card and any winnings that were found inside the jacket. This leaves a bitter taste in Tim's mouth, and leaves the feud between Tim and Steve even stronger than before. Maria receives some bad news as a meeting about a potential Weatherfield refugee centre goes badly. The man she is speaking to about it claims that Weatherfield might not be the right place for the centre because of the recent racist campaigns from Griff and his gang. They later learn that the online petition Griff had made opposing the refugee centre mostly consisted of fake accounts voting, meaning that the numbers on the petition are inflated and fake. Yasmin suggests that they should fight fire with fire and they should start their own petition in favour of the refugee centre to see what the public actually thinks about this. Later on in the small council meeting, Maria suggests dedicating one of the stalls in the upcoming Christmas market to the petition in favour of the new refugee centre being opened. But another member of the council seems unimpressed by this idea, claiming that they would have to get rid of a local business owner's stall to make room for her idea. They also get in an argument over the actual naming of the upcoming festival, as Maria suggests changing it from the Christmas market to the winter market. This argument during the meeting soon gets leaked to the local newspaper, and Maria confronts the other councillor in the street, accusing him of running to the press trying to smear her name and stating that this is political correctness gone mad.